Good morning, friends. This is Lee Kersey, the Simple Georgian. Make this quick video update. Let y'all know what's been going on for the past few weeks in my life. And this is also a VR to Stovepipe. I think it's 1863 and Truckin' Piper Bob. When I started smoking a pipe in, I think it was 2022, if I'm not mistaken. August of 2022. Yeah, this August will be 3 years. That's right. The first pipe show I went to, I'd never smoked a pipe before. I did smoke the Black and Mild Swisher Sweet cigars from the convenience store back when I was, what, 20, 21, 22, along in there when I was young and running the clubs. And I wasn't really wild as far as drinking and carrying on, acting fool. I just like going out and meeting the people. I drank Coca-Cola all the time. Never been a big drinker. In fact, I'm still not a big drinker. But anyway, I did the Black and Mild Swisher Sweets back then because I thought it was a cool thing to do. And at the Muletown Pipe Show, I'll post a picture of the pipe I got when in March of 23. I bought this pipe. That's the first pipe I've ever smoked. And as I was walking around through the show, I got over there to John David Cole's table at the Country Squire and talked to them, bought a few blends of tobacco from them. And I had just got into pipe smoking. I didn't really know a bunch about it. So I bought some blends from him that I knew were highly rated, and I also was talking to the guy that was at the table next to him, and he offered me a bowl of the Veermaster, the German Virginia, and that's the first pipe I ever smoked. I sat there and smoked it. I loved it, and I really, like I said, with me not being a pipe smoker, I really didn't know what I was tasting. I didn't know anything about, flavors, retrohaling, any of that stuff. It just, you know, it was my first pipe, and but it was a corn cob, and I have since bought several corn cobs, and I'll make a video of that at a later date when I get them all together, because they're scattered between about 4 different boxes. And I'm in the process of trying to get everything squared away so I can set up a nice little smoking lounge, library, office type setup here at home. So in the process, I'll work on getting all my pipes together. Like I said, I'm wanting to make a pipe video, and I'll show you all of my pipes, and I'll do a special one just for the corn cobs only. But over time, I bought more corn cobs, and in fact, the only 3 pipes I have smoked is my corn cobs. It's the one that I bought from Muletown and the 2 country legends, or the Meerschaum legends. That's the only 3 pipes I've smoked out of my big collection. And I mean, my collection isn't huge, but it's for no more than what I've been smoking. It's decent size. But anyway, I've got the 3 pipes, and I carried them with me all the time in the truck. That's all I ever smoked was them 3 corn cobs. So I understand what Truckin' Bob is saying. He don't like corn cobs. He won't smoke one. I get it. But the way I look at it, they're a cheap pipe. If something happens to them, I can replace them. And that's all I've ever smoked is corn cobs. So there you go. Good luck with Stovepipe 1863 with getting your 100 VRs or 50 VRs or whatever. So Truckin' Pipe and Bob can try a corn cob and go from there. Wish you luck, buddy. But anyway, now on to the video updates. In fact, the corn cob my first corn cob that I did buy, I'm going to be smoking it today. I've done loaded it up with some Galworth and Hogarth Aniseed Twist. So that's what I'll be smoking today. But anyway, updates. The last video I think I done, y'all heard that the truck went down, and come to find out it was the rings didn't seat. It heated up the oil and tore up the bottom end. It's catastrophic engine failure. I got the truck hauled back to the Charleston yard with the company I was driving for at the time, and they started going through the engine. They found all that out, and they decided to pull the engine out of frame, completely rebuild it. As it was, I was down for 2 weeks. Well, during that 2 weeks, fortunately for me, or unfortunately, however how you can say it, yeah, I didn't make much of a paycheck, but Dad had some side work that we was able to work on, so I made enough to keep beans and rice on the table. And even though my dad's almost 80, he's still out here painting and doing a few little odd and end projects. So he's one of them guys that won't ever quit. So I guess that's where I got my work ethic from. Just keep working. But having said that, I was expecting to go to the Chicago Pipe Show in the truck and stay in the truck. So I did not make arrangements for Plan B. You know, I was expecting to go there. I didn't had it scheduled for my time off there for my 34-hour reset and everything. And I was supposed to be there in the truck, sit at the truck stop like I did last year, and either Uber or catch a ride with somebody back and forth to the show. That was my plans. And like I said, I did not have a plan B, which would have been to have a plane ticket in my pocket to go just in case. I mean, you know, I was on the road for almost 4 months, and I wasn't expecting the truck to go down, so I didn't worry about getting a plane ticket, because I'm like, okay, I can just drive the truck over there. And, you know, like I said, I did not have a plan B. So anyway, when the truck went down, yeah, the plane ticket was an option, but with me being out of work for almost 2 weeks, I did not think that was the best thing to do, would be to buy a plane ticket at about $800 plus, you know, the motel and, you know, the pipe show. So I did not think that was the best time to be doing that, being off for 2 weeks and, you know, put myself in a bind. So I didn't do it. But because of that, I will be having a plan B from now on. Having said that, during that time I was off, like I said, I was helping Dad with some side projects. I had a bunch of stuff here at the house that I needed to do. I still haven't got it all done. It's just going to be a time long I mean, it's just something that's going to take time. I do a little bit here, a little bit there till I get it all done. But anyway, I did go to the doctors. I got scheduled to go to the doctors to check on some stuff that's been bothering me that I knew about. The problem was I was not really taking care of myself the way I needed to on the truck. I wasn't taking my medicine right. I was back to my old running habits, running hard, you know, not eating right. And it was creating more problems. So having said that, when I went to the doctor, they advised me that they didn't disqualify me from driving. They did not disqualify me from driving. In fact, the fleet manager on one of his TikTok videos said that the doctor disqualified me from driving, but they did not. So that shows you what kind of person he was. But anyway, and having said that, the fleet manager knew that truck the rings didn't seat, and he could have brought that truck back in to get it looked at prior to it breaking down. But no, he told me to run it. I run the truck, and there you go. Well, having said that, I went to the doctor. The doctor advised me not to go back on the road at all, because anything over 3 hours of sitting extended periods of time like that. I mean, like I said, I'd been out 4 months and I was sitting every day for up to 11 hours, 12 hours in that seat. So that tells you what's going on. I was not up moving around. I, wasn't being physically active. And having said that, I knew I couldn't stand on my feet for the 11 hours a day that I needed to be on the union jobs. So they advised me not to do it on the truck either. And during that time, I got fortunate, found a local job here at home, put me in a management position as a local driver. The guy needed a local CDL driver with hazmat experience, which I've had my hazmat the whole time, pretty much off and on. I was a safety officer with 2 trucking companies, what they call a field safety officer. No, 3 trucking companies. I'm sorry, 3 trucking companies. I was a field safety officer. That was with Burlington Motor Carriers, Landstar Pool, and Jmar. And then I was a firefighter, EMT, first responder for over 18 years as a volunteer. I was a environmental health and safety specialist out at the demo job during my apprenticeship with the electrical union. I've got my OSHA 10, OSHA 30 cards. The next step up is I'll be training OSHA classes, but that's like a OSHA 500. I'll have to go and take all the tests for that. I've got my TWIC card. I've got all the stuff I need to get in and out the ports with no problem. And that's what this guy needed. He needed somebody with experience and the knowledge of all of that. And so anyway, what the job description is I drive the product to the site. I help the guys do the fumigation, and I drive the products back. I take them out to the ports or whatever. Because the guys he's got is young, they can't get CDL until they turn 21, and it's a couple of 3 years before all that happens. So he put me in a supervisory management position, and that's what my job description is. So I'm in and out the truck, going in and out, on and off the ports, meeting with the customers, doing office work. So I'm bouncing around, being flexible, being more active. And I got, for a decent salary. So, I say a salary, decent hourly pay. I don't know if I like doing salary or not. I paid myself a salary when I had my own trucks, because it was just easier for me to do it that way. I knew what I could do with that. So, but this way, I'm on an hourly scale, and we take care of the ports from Charleston all the way up into, all the way down to Jacksonville. Sorry about that. The air conditioning just kicked on at the house, if you heard that. And then we also take care of some of the warehouses, container yards around Savannah, the ports, the ships that comes in, different boats. I know we've got big wooden sailboats coming in sometime in July. We go to the storage warehouses out in West Georgia, and I know we've had a couple of calls into Carolina, as well as he's done business up in Baltimore. So I get some road time, but it won't be having to do it every single day. So that'd be a big help to me. I can keep my diet straightened back out, take my medicine right, be home every night, unless it's like an overnight deal or something. And from the way it's looking, I'm going to plan on buying all of my tickets for flights to the shows and just be done with it like that. Plan ahead and buy my flight tickets to the different shows. So having said that, the next show that I know of, the next, I guess you call it mid-size show, will be in Columbus, Ohio. That'll be August, I want to say the 9th or 10th. I know they've had a few little small shows In fact, Smitty's in Gainesville, Georgia is having a little like 1-day show there in Gainesville, Georgia at Smitty's Cigar Lounge in June or July. I'll post about the dates on that and go from there. But anyway, that's what's been going on with me. What's happened is, with me being on the road 30 years like I have, long haul for 25 of it, I've got permanent nerve damage and tendon damage in my legs. I've damaged my kidneys, and the kidneys are functioning somewhere between 65 to 85%. They are functioning. They've got me, normal functioning range, which is all I can ask for. But it's pulling the protein and albumin out of my system, and not the fluid, not the water. And the water is just, with me just sitting or standing all the time, the water is accumulating in my legs and my body, and I'm not able to get all the water out of my system. So, and it's causing chronic aggravated lymphedema is what they called it. I'm looking at getting compression pumps. I'm having to wear compression socks, the compression shorts, all of that good stuff. But like I said, I needed to come home, help take care of mom and dad. Dad's almost 80, mom's almost 74 and disabled, so it was time to come home, and this just happened to work out. So as it stands right now, that's where we at. And I wanted to make that VR for Stovepipe 1863 and Trucking Piper Bob. And we love y'all, appreciate y'all, and go from there. And I hope to see some of y'all at Columbus. I'm not, like I said, I've got to do my planning and buy my plane tickets and do all that. So I'm not, if I can find me the right vehicle, I will try to be at Gainesville on that weekend, because I can go up that night and be there for that Saturday and drive back. So Gainesville's not that far from me. But I've got to buy a new enough vehicle that I won't have to worry about it breaking down on me, hopefully. I know all of them can break down, even a brand new one, but that's what I'm working on now, is trying to find a decent vehicle that I'm not scared to drive, and go from there. So maybe I'll get to see a couple of y'all at Gainesville, I don't know, but we'll keep y'all up to date. Hopefully I can make some more videos. Like I said, I'm working through some stuff. I got to get some stuff organized here at the house, and I will be making more videos and keep y'all up to date on what's going on. We love y'all, appreciate y'all support. Thanks for subscribing, and have a good day.